everybody, and welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in on Thursday, July the 3rd, 2014 for Dr. Peter Glidden. Whatever he's doing, I'm sure it's important. He asked me to fill in for him today, and the good news about that is that I'm a longevity distributor. I'm a student of Dr. Glidden's work and a student of Dr. Wallach's work, and just in my little sphere of influence here in Camrose, Alberta, where the weather is great today, I might add, I have used it to help multiple people get over health, disease, pain issues that their doctors just could not deal with. Well, I mean, they were dealing with it, but, it's been 20 years. Things are still breaking. Things are not getting better. We've already got calls here. We got Celeste in Louisiana. We got Carol in Massachusetts. And I'm going to get to both of you. Just hang on. I want to mention the fact that it is July 3rd, the day before the 4th of July, and I'm a dual U.S.-Canadian citizen. And so I'm up in Canada here, right? So everybody was just partying it up on the 1st because that's our Canada Day. We can't call it Independence Day because we never really broke free of anything. We just signed a whole lot of deals. Well, I shouldn't say we. I never signed any. I was just kind of born under them. But the United States of America has something to be proud of. I mean, you fought the bloody British back to the sea. You chased them out of your country. You declared independence from bankers. And that is nothing to sneeze at. And you're in a war right now with the same people. It's never stopped. And it cannot stop. And people ask me, well, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to help people get their health back. I'm going to help my countrymen get their body under control so that they don't have blood sugar issues, so that they don't have bone and joint pain, so that they can get their reasoning back. There's nothing more crazy than malnourished people, undernutrified people. And then you introduce a pharmaceutical, a dangerous, undertested, results fudged, released by the FDA pharmaceutical, and you got a bunch of malnourished people, and things are absolutely crazy. I look around me, I watch the news. I mean, Canada needed to send guys to Afghanistan. We got people way crazier than Afghanis right in Edmonton, just an hour away from me. But par for the course. Call-in number is 1-844-374-5433. Once again, that's 1-844-374-5433. Now, I want to put out a special call to all the people that are attending the chat rooms regularly. I'm talking to you, Teresa in Iowa and Jacqueline in Vancouver. If you're listening, I want you to make a point of calling in and telling me and all the listeners what you have seen in yourself and people around you, because we've got new listeners all the time. There's people coming to this show every day and they want to know, is this thing real? Can I actually really get my health back? I mean, the doctor told me that vitamins are dangerous. Fox News Global, they told me that vitamins don't work, and one day they're telling you that they don't work and that they're useless. The next day they're telling you they can kill you. Well, I'll tell you what. Vitamins and minerals haven't killed anybody in Canada since Confederation. They got nothing. But they want to tell you that you don't have the right. In the United States, it's the FDA. Here it's Health Canada. They want to think that you're too stupid to take your health into your own hands. They want to tell you that you, as an adult, can't look after your own children. I mean, we had that case of that girl taken away by Boston Children's Hospital. By the way, because of pressure from the independent media, she has been released. Justina Palaszczuk is at home with her parents. And if you were listening to the show a few weeks back, I played that clip. She made a YouTube video crying, wanting to go home, because the medical establishment, pardon me, in all their wisdom, figured it was okay to take that girl away from her parents, even though her health was going downhill. And you know what? As a result of that, multiple states are looking at making a law, and they're calling it Justina's Law, giving parents more power over their own children. Not only that, but get this. Turns out that a child that's awarded the state is wide open to legal medical experimentation. I mean, you hear it every day. You have, some parents, they have a baby that their child was born at home with a wet nurse. And they take that child in a couple of weeks later to make sure it's okay, and they get it taken away from them. Tyranny. That's tyranny. That is not what the 4th of July is all about. And we've come a long ways. I would really like to see a peaceful 1776 worldwide. No more medical tyranny, no more government overreach, no more IRS, no more Revenue Canada, no more Health Canada, no more FDA, adults making their own decisions. And you know what? I want the freedom to succeed, but with that comes the freedom to fail. No bailouts. If your business isn't successful because you have a failed business model, it shouldn't be bailed out. But what do we see happening with lobbying groups with Congress and Parliament? Their drugs suck. They don't work, and they kill people. You remember Alex Jones yelling at Pierce Morgan on that? I almost jumped off the couch when I saw that, man. I was pretty happy. Murder-suicide pills, he says. And that's what they are. These pills, these SSRIs, will cause your child, in a lot of cases, documented. Go to SSRIstories.com. Go there and check it out. Young girls, 15 years old, hanging themselves. And there was nothing wrong with them to begin with. Oh, but we got to regulate vitamins, don't we? We got to regulate things that work and protect you from them because you're too stupid. Well, I'll tell you what. I've seen things around me that are almost unexplainable. If I'd never heard of Dr. Joel Wallach, I would be highly suspect of the things that we claim to have seen. But you know what? It's happening in every day. Teresa in Iowa just called in. We're going to get to you. She heard my call. So we got a great show today. I've got some really great articles lined up. There's a study out of Italy talking about dark chocolate easing walking for patients with artery disease. Another story about 99.6% of Alzheimer's disease drug trials fail, experts find. Are these the same experts that approved them in the first place? You got to think about that. Well, listen to this one. Acne products can cause dangerous side effects, the FDA warns. Well, didn't the FDA approve them in the first place? I mean, now they're warning you about something that they approved as safe. And I have high doubts as to whether or not the clinical trials were completely honest. I look around me. I see people breaking down all the time. But I see a visible minority that are taking their health back and using their God-given brain to take the right information and do the right thing. You want your child to get cancer? You want your children to break down a degenerative bone disease? Be my guest. I don't like your decision, but I'm going to do everything in my power to get this information out so that it does not have to happen. How much money do our cities spend putting fluoride in the water? Can you imagine, just imagine this, if they were to put plant-derived minerals in your city water supply? Think about that. Think about how many chronic pain and disease conditions would be absolutely wiped out. Absolutely wiped out. I mean, gone. And from there, we could go further. But no, we want to spend the money on the brain poison. Well, it's time for a rethinking. And you know what? There's a revolution on, and it's an info war, just like Alex talks about. It's an information war. It's a war for your mind, if they can make you afraid of things that will actually help you, then they've won. You got to step out. You got to step out and you got to make something real happen for yourself or your family. Because the alternative is too bleak to contemplate. I mean, I could have just watched my wife go downhill and keep going, and I could have let my health go down the drain, but I chose to take some alternative steps. And I'll tell you what, it's a great ride. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything. I watch my wife get healthier all the time, watch my kids get healthier, watch their cognitive function go up. Wouldn't trade it for nothing. Thank God for Dr. Wallach and his work, and thank God that you have had the foresight to take in this show and listen to this information. Dr. Glidden is fond of saying, you are the last best hope for your family, for your community, for your town, for your state or province, and your country. Let's have this information go out in a big sweep. Let's see people get better. Let's stop all these diseases. They're talking like 14 million people with Alzheimer's by 2050, and it's probably going to be worse than that if we don't do something right now. This is a call to action. Get the information out, however you've got to do it. Hold meetings, pass out flyers, talk to people. Don't be bashful. This is no time to be shy. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We're going to go to your calls after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We got loaded phone lines. We got Celeste in Louisiana, Carol in Massachusetts, Teresa in Iowa, and back is Mary in Oregon. And I want to talk to each and every single one of you. So be patient. I want to give you all lots of time. Let's go to Celeste first. Celeste, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm on the Healthy Start Pack, and I have, it's like fluid, it's fluid or it's just tightness on my feet and my knees. Granted, I have a weight issue too, but that's when I get up in the morning, it's like when your legs go to sleep and you get that feeling, but I can eat a dill pickle, and it stops. Or I start walking and it stops. And I was wondering, was I deficient in something?
That's interesting. So when did you start on that Healthy Start Pack?
This is my second month.
Your second month?
Second month, uh-huh.
Okay, two things come to mind. Well, actually three to start off with. How much do you weigh, ma'am? Are you taking one Healthy Start Pack or two or what?
Just one. Probably not taking enough.
Yeah, how much do you weigh?
About 320 now.
Yeah, see, it's based on 100 pounds body weight. So ideally, you would want to be on three of them. But if it's a matter that you can't afford 3 Healthy Start Packs and you can only do the one, then you know what? Right. You're on the right track, and that's for sure. Now, I would like to suggest with that if you could add in a $20 bottle of plant-derived minerals, that might go a long way. And also, with your diet, you know about the 10 bad foods, I'm assuming?
And I stopped that.
You've got that. Okay, good. Also, when you eat, I would like to see you, if it were me, I would have a good portion of your plate be protein. Lots of protein. Okay? Because that might be contributing to what's happening in your feet. Okay? So you really need to follow that 10 bad food list. And how did you hear about the show? Did somebody local tell you about us?
I saw it on Benny Hinn, and a lady at church told me about it.
Right on. So here's what you do. Keep getting together with that lady at church, and if there's any other people that have gotten on board with this, what you guys do is meet together once a week, listen to the show, and one of you become an insider, or all of you, and at your meeting, watch the webinars from Dr. Glidden, and as you do that, you'll learn how to use the products more effectively. And also, sorry?
I wanted to start on the ASAP, but to try to weight, because I'm not eating. You know, I'm eating, but I'm not eating a lot, but my weight is just stagnated.
Yeah, you know what? It's a good thing that you're not eating. You're probably not eating as much because you're getting a lot of nutrients from that Healthy Start Pack. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you're craving food, it's because you're craving nutrients, right? So,
right.
You know, it's 2 months, right? And you're on probably a third of the dose that you would need. So, you know, if there's any way that you could even get on an extra Healthy Start Pack per month, I would definitely do that. Now, if there's, like I say, if there's financial constraints, then, you know, you're going to have to go with something a little bit less expensive. Like I say, the plant-derived minerals are only $20 a bottle. And that'll do a lot for you right there, even if you can get 3 or 4 of them, cost you $60. You know what I mean?
So do that and the Healthy Start Pack?
Absolutely, yeah. That won't hurt at all to add that in. And with the weight, you've got to remember to stay off the gluten. Okay, you cannot be eating gluten.
Okay.
Because that'll mess things up right there. But like I said, if you are with a group of people at church, then you ladies get together and figure out how to do some good gluten-free cooking and baking. Okay. And then going gluten-free is really easy, and you can all do it together.
Okay. I have a friend of mine, her name is Ruthie. She has, like, blood pressure. Her blood count is low. She has acid reflux. Her potassium is low, and she has asthma.
Okay, we're going to get to all of that. I hear the music. That means we got a break coming. Carol and Teresa, hang on, and we'll talk about your friend on the other side, Celeste. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, back after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. It is Thursday, July the 3rd, 2014. We're going to finish up with Celeste, and then we're going to go over to Carol in Massachusetts and Coach in Florida. Coach, right on. Celeste, are you still there? Can you hear me?
I'm still here.
All right, so we were talking about your friend. Go over the list of things that your friend has going on there again for me.
She has, her blood count is low. She has a blood pressure problem, acid reflux. Her potassium is low, and she has asthma. She uses an inhaler as needed, and her iron is low. Yeah,
okay, here's the deal. From our perspective, or the perspective that I have learned in following Dr. Glynn and Dr. Wallach's work, the acid reflux and the blood pressure issue stem from the same thing, okay? And that is a lack of calcium, okay? So this friend of yours, she is going to need at least bare minimum a Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds body weight. If she can't afford to do one per 100 pounds, then whatever she can afford. Now, the other thing I'd like to talk about here, you talk about she has asthma and uses an inhaler, right?
Right. And
yeah, I had the same thing going on my whole life. I had such bad asthma, and it almost killed me several times. Like, I was a trooper. I'd still go down to the lake and I'd go to the rink and play hockey, you know, struggling to breathe. And I'd get out there and toss it around with the best of them. But here's the thing. When I went gluten-free, that's when I noticed a big difference. And then when I noticed an even bigger difference with the asthma was when I started taking extra EFAs. Now, the EFA Plus comes with a Healthy Start Pack, okay? And if your friend... yeah, if your friend can go gluten-free, absolutely 100%, and I would like to see her order extra EFAs, or EFA Plus, rather, with the plus on the end. Those ones seem to work the best. Now, if she can do that with the rest of the Healthy Start Pack, she's going to notice differences, all right? So tell her to monitor her breathing. And in the time it takes to order the product, she's got to go gluten-free. I'm talking like yesterday. Like right now. Like, don't even look at it. You know what I'm saying, Celeste?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so you have a great day down in Louisiana. We're going to let you go. Keep in touch with the show and let Dr. Glidden know if there's anything else that you need to discuss. Thank you for calling. Let's jump over to Carol in Massachusetts. She wants to talk about kidney issues and hypertension. How you doing, Carol?
I'm doing fine. What is it? Well, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name.
This is Mike Phillip, filling in for Dr.
Oh,
Pete.
yes, Mike.
Yep.
Right, Mike. I'm 74 years young.
Wow.
And 6 years ago, I was diagnosed with uterine cancer. My husband was suffering from Alzheimer's. My son had just taken her life, my daughter, I should say, and I was under a lot of stress. And I went for a CAT scan and for my uterus, and they discovered I had cancer on my right kidney.
That's bad news.
So I had hysterectomy followed by a kidney removal from my right kidney. Now,
wow.
8 years later, I am suffering with hypertension. And they tell me if I do not get the hypertension under control, the next thing will be dialysis. So I'm going to see a kidney specialist, and he put me on nifedipine 120 milligrams, lisinopril 60 milligrams, and metoprolol 25 milligrams. My blood pressure is so high, specifically the systolic blood pressure. The diastolic is always normal.
Interesting. So you've got some issues going on.
Yeah.
And, it's amazing. How did you hear about us?
Well, I spoke with Nima Warfield, and he suggested I put a call in and find out what we could do about it.
Okay, well, let's start with the hypertension, okay?
Right.
In my experience, just around here, dealing with people, anytime there's a hypertension issue, we've found that we could get it under control fairly quickly with the OsteoFX and the Ultimate Dailies. Okay, and now you've got one kidney left, so you want that thing functioning, right?
Right.
Right, so those two things right there are going to go a long way into helping promote and support the health of the kidney and the health of your blood pressure. You want it to be proper where it's at. Now, I'm a guy who I did not live very healthy for the majority of my life, okay? I kind of abused myself, so to speak, and, I didn't really take good care of myself, but I went and checked my blood pressure the other day, and it's absolutely perfect. I'm talking perfect. And, I've been just doing the things that have been recommended by Dr. Wallach and Dr. Glidden to control my blood pressure. So what I would like you to do, Carol, for the hypertension, tell me this, how much do you weigh, ma'am?
205.
205? Do you have a pen?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I want you to get with the person that told you about this show, and you're gonna tell them that you want 2 healthy brain and heart packs.
2 healthy brain and heart packs.
That's right, 2 healthy brain and heart packs. Now you're gonna get 2 bottles of OsteoFX, 2 canisters of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, and 2 bottles of EFA Plus, 2 bottles of Cell Shield RTQ, and 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. Now I just said a lot of things there, right?
Yeah.
But also I want you to add to that, write this down, 1 bottle of Ultimate Dailies. That's Ultimate Dailies. And we're doing that to support and promote your blood pressure health and also your remaining kidney, because you don't want to go on dialysis, do you?
No, absolutely not.
No, and who knows if things have gone too far where you can't intervene by using medicinal nutrition, right? I mean, we don't heal anything. We don't cure anything. We just give the body what it needs, give you the necessary information so that you can put what you need down the hatch and get out of the way and see if it doesn't take care of itself. So for the first 3 months, you're going to be on 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs and 1 bottle of Ultimate Dailies. All right, Carol?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So also, Carol, get back with the person that told you about this show and talk to them about the 10 bad food list. Okay, there's 10 foods that you cannot eat, Carol. Have you heard us before talking about this?
No.
Okay, so there are 10 foods that are messing with your health that people in especially Western countries like, Canada, the United States, Britain, European countries, we eat a lot of things that are gumming up our digestion. And it's not what you eat, it's what you absorb. And if you put all these nutrients into your body and you can't absorb them because all the wrong foods have been screwing up the works for so long, then I don't know what we can do. We've got to get your digestion system working properly, and this is going to go a long way towards that. And then, if you can, like I said, talk to that person that's lined you up with the show and have them go over the 10 bad food list with you. Get on that now. Order those products. And when you get them, if you need help in taking them every day, just phone the show back. And Dr. Glidden, most likely, if it's me, will be glad to help you out.
Okay. Now, what did you say again? 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs?
Yep. And 1
one
bottle of Ultimate Dailies.
Okay, and that's it.
That's it. And follow the 10 bad food list. And when you get your products, if you don't have anybody to help you, phone the show and we'll tell you how to take them.
Okay, and that number is...
the one you called.
Okay.
Yeah, the number you called, 844-374-5433. I'll be mentioning it on the show, so keep listening. And keep listening when Dr. Glidden's on, and he knows a lot more than I do. But even if a guy like me can make this work, anybody can. All right, Carol?
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling, Carol. I hope you can get on the other side of things. We appreciate it. Let's go. We got a few minutes left in this segment. Let's go over to Coach in Florida. How you doing, Coach?
I'm pretty. How about you?
Well, I'm doing all right, man.
Well, I was calling in reference to hemorrhoids, internal and external. What do you have for nutritional support to get rid of them?
Okay, well, you know what? It's the same as anything else. Hemorrhoids are a result of a mineral deficiency, okay? Specifically copper. All right, but here's the deal. We're holistic, okay? We don't just target one thing. We want your whole body to work, and when that's happening, when your systems and your vital organs are working in unison properly, then things like hemorrhoids will most likely just melt away. I've heard of it happening with other people. So how much do you weigh, Coach?
200 pounds.
200 pounds, the same as the last caller, and I told her that I wanted her to get 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs, and guess what, Coach?
What?
I'm telling you the same thing, man. And I'll tell you the reason for that is because with the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, okay, each one of these packs that are set up by Dr. Wallach is based on a Healthy Start Pack with a few things added in. Now, the case with the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack is that there's an extra bottle of Ultimate Selenium and 1 bottle of Cell Shield RTQ. Now, the selenium here is the interesting thing specifically to your question because it's got copper with the selenium in it. And what you'll notice, okay, with the copper is that your hair will start to darken up and your skin will darken up as well because it will create pigment. Okay, I had an aunt whose hair darkened up from, just about gray almost back to black, like substantially taking the selenium. So these are the things that are going to happen. What else? What I'd like you to do also, Coach, you heard me talking to the last caller about the 10 bad food list, right?
Right.
Okay, you're going to have to get on board with that. Now, what are you, a football coach, or is that your name?
Soccer. East Coast soccer.
East Coast soccer, right on. What age is that?
That was when my kids were growing up in school. I coached for a number of years.
Awesome. You know what? My dad coached hockey when I was a kid. Coach, I hear the music. That means we got a break, but I want to come back to you and talk about this a little bit more on the other side. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, back with Coach after this. Welcome back. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden on Fire Your MD Now Radio. Short segment before the top of the hour. Call in line 1-844-374-5433. Once again, that's 844-374-5433. Going back over to Coach in Florida now. Before the break, Coach, I was telling you all about selenium, the ultimate selenium by Longevity, and the copper content that I think is going to do you a lot of good. Now, you being 200 pounds, like I said, this is based on 100 pounds of human flesh. Dr. Wallach made this the same as you would dose an animal. And, because we are mammals, right? So it just makes sense that the right amount of nutrients for the right amount of pounds of human flesh is what a person's going to need. Now, the number one thing that I run into with people is that they are scared to take the proper amount of supplements because they're told their whole life that vitamins are dangerous and that you only take a little bit. I'm telling you right now, that 200-pound dose is not going to hurt you. And if you can get your hands on the 10 bad food list, you're going to do really well. Now, I don't know if you have access to that. I can let you know how to get it if you'd like.
I can pull it up.
Yeah, okay. Just go to fireyourmdnow.com.
Okay.
The name of this radio show, fireyourmdnow.com. And on the right-hand side, you'll see a blue arrow. And at the bottom of that, there is a spot where you can put in your email address. And you just click to register, and they will automatically email you a copy of the 10 bad food list. Not only that, but a video by Dr. Glidden called Against the Grain and why you should never, ever, ever, nobody should eat gluten. It's a slow poison that cuts you off from the nutritional requirements of your body. It's a slow, painful death, and it was killing me, and it's hurt a lot of people that I know. But the good news is, if you can completely get rid of that gluten and take all these nutrients, what you're going to find is that with most people, your hair starts darkening up, you start losing weight. It'd be the same thing for your wife. And if you coach soccer, you probably know a lot of kids that need to get some nutrients into them, because there's an old saying of Dr. Wallach that couch potatoes actually live longer than athletes because athletes deplete themselves more than anybody else. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so, if you've got family, if you've got grandchildren, you got kids, you got, it sounds to me like you guys are a fairly sports-minded family. And, get those kids taking Dr. Wallach's Rebound. Longevity Rebound is specifically formulated to replace what people lose when they sweat.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
So, for yourself, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs. Any kids or anybody playing sports, if you're still going to be out there playing soccer, you're going to need some of that Rebound too. And the good thing about that is that it tastes great. And not only that, but say you've got a bunch of kids on a soccer team, you put them on that Rebound, and they are going to be running circles around the other team. You're going to take them all the way to the finals or whatever it is in soccer.
Right.
Yeah, but you watch and see what happens with them kids if they're sipping on that Rebound while they're playing. Towards the end of the game, when all the other kids are depleted and tired and can hardly move, They'll be just getting their second win and ready to go.
Right. Okay.
All right, Coach.
Good deal. Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care, man.
All right.
We're going to let you go. All right, we've got a few minutes before the end of this segment, and we're not going to take any calls right now. We will on the other side. Reminder, the call-in line is 1-844-374-5433. Once again, 1-844-374-5433. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back after the news.